Hey, good morning. Kimberley Buckler with Spirit and Soul Healing Clinic here in Cochrane, Alberta. Oh, today we're going to talk about patterns. I see patterns a lot in my dream states. Patterns could be about working with crystals or it could be working with bookkeeping. Last night there was something to do with bookkeeping, seeing the same thing over and over again. Patterns in our lives, patterns in how we do things, patterns how we approach things, patterns in our speech, patterns in the things we say, patterns in our actions. Um, so many different ways to look at patterns, patterns of chaos, patterns of peacefulness. It's interesting when you sit back and think about it, and it's like a math. I'm working with math. Once you find the solution for that pattern and how to approach it, then things go a lot easier. Sometimes we need to take those patterns apart and put them back together and put in the missing pieces. So if we think about when we were children and what we were taught, and we think about what we experienced and what we saw. And I remember being a child thinking, when I'm an adult, this wouldn't happen or that wouldn't happen. When I'm an adult, if I know something's wrong in the house next door, I'm going to do something about it because there's a time where you kept your mouth shut because it seemed like behind every door there was some sort of unhealthy pattern. A lot of it was based around abuse and the different forms of abuse, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, sex, or sexual abuse, any kind of abuse. And these were patterns that were carried on from generation to generation. So when you take a look at how we do things and how we approach things, have you picked up good patterns or have you picked up unhealthy patterns? Have you picked up a pattern that you thought was a good pattern because what you saw was happening with a person gained them attention, and you're doing the same thing, but did you ever take a look at how that action was gaining the attention or what was really going on? Attention could be by trying to get other people's attention all the time and not backing off, being forceful, being in your face. That's not a good good way of getting attention, and that's a poor pattern that was carried on from someone else. What were we taught? We got to think about what we're taught and how we're taught. What did we see? What did we feel? How we interpreted it as a child, as a youth, and as an adult. So when you take a look at your patterns, what you do in your life, then you realize and you look at the consequences. Were they good consequences or were they poor consequences? I looked over my life, and I always do, and I saw some stuff that I did, and I thought, wow, that was unhealthy. And it was imposing. And I thought, where did I learn this from? I did I really have healthy role models in my life to teach me what was right or wrong? Or did I stop and pay attention? And thank God today, these are some of the things that I have changed in my life. And I am a lot easier to get along with, thank goodness. But this is a time for us to take a look at where did these patterns come from. They could have come from this lifetime. They could have come from another lifetime. The patterns could be interactions, how we look at ourselves, how we feel about ourselves, how we feel about other people, how we feel worthy. Do we feel like it's time for us to go on? Are we successful in our businesses? Are we successful with our family and in our love lives? So when we take the time to stop and go, okay, I'm having a hard time with this in this lifetime. but I didn't see that happen into my lifetime. Maybe there's something I can do in the Akashic Records and do some healing in there. And I'm seeing a lot of that now. With Akashic Records and working with people, we normally just go into Reiki sessions, and it's amazing what pops up for past life healing for the clients during the Reiki sessions. And these are patterns from other lifetimes. Sometimes these patterns are caused by abuse. Um, they're caused by being coerced into something because we are told if we didn't do something, something will happen to a family member, somebody we love dearly. Abusive patterns, domination, domineering people. I'm sure at one time in our other lives we were on one side or the other side, and I'm sure we've done both good and both bad. And I want to heal anything that I may have done wrong in past lives. And I need to let go of the old stinking thinking and what's holding me back. And we can do that. We can do that for ourselves, and we can do that for others. And I love working with the energy work because I can see the difference it's made in people's thought patterns and the ways they see life and the way they're thinking and their approaches. And it's magical. So I'm going to mention entering the world of multidimensional healing. I wrote the book about 3 or 4 years ago, and it's really interesting with a book is I do access different dimensions without realizing what I was doing. I work with the fairies, the angels, the dragons, the archangels, the ascended masters, the animal kingdom, Mother Earth. I work with the different elements, and I'm really blessed that they're here for me. And over the years, doing house clearings and working with clients, I have seen so much in between the lifetimes and things that have followed us from one time to another, like contracts. Contracts are being burnt up, they're being let go of, they're being voided and non renewable. Sometimes contracts were made with the knowledge of both parties, and sometimes contracts were not made with the knowledge of both parties. Those contracts are being let go of, burnt up. Some of us are finishing off contracts we made to help other light workers out. I had seen a contract that I agreed to between lives, and I was able to look after that in the last 5 years. And that I'm really grateful for when I realized that I did do the work I needed to do. When, as you go from lifetime to lifetime, we can carry trauma with us. We can carry really good stuff with us. And we can also grow our gifts or our talents, whether you be an athlete or an artist or a natural healing. Our gifts can grow over the years and get stronger and stronger the more we practice them and over lifetimes. Or sometimes we leave our gifts behind because we're so scared to be who we are. And you would see a lot of that with the natural healers. It's time to reclaim those gifts. When we're working in the records, we're able to bring those. We are able to heal that lifetime and bring those gifts forward for you to work with, so that you you can. I don't know how to explain. It's like you can feel that in your heart, but you have a new awareness towards life when those gifts or abilities come forward, because you can see it with a different light and a brighter light and more confidence and strength, and knowing that, yeah, it's amazing what we're capable, amazing of what we're able to do energetically to help each other out and help ourselves out go forward and having healthy, happy lives for ourselves, with our partners, with our families, with our friends. This is a time for us to look after us, to do some really deep healing so that we can create this magical world again that we had once started off with, and to find what is dear to you in your heart, find what you resonate with, and help you come strong again within. Patterns. Take a look at the patterns in your life. See if you can change them. If you're having a hard time changing them, reach out. I'm here, and I know you've got amazing people around you in your community. I work long distance and I work in person. You can find me at Spirit and Soul Healing um, on the internet, and Kimberley Buckler um, on Facebook, and Kimberley Buckler author on Facebook, and Spirit and Soul Healing on Facebook. So have a magical day. It's good to see you, and enjoy your life, because I know you've got beautiful things ahead of you.